Headquarters in Switzerland, R&D centers in Moscow and Novosibirsk, marketing center in Seattle, offices in 15 countries, almost 100 of patents for unique technologies. All this is Parallels, one of the major international developers of software for internet service providers. The company, rooted in Russia, ranks among such giants as Microsoft and IBM on the global market. Global market means consumer market where standard products are offered, notwithstanding the region. Global market has formed due to development of international communication networks, such as the Internet. Founder of Parallels, Sergey Belousov, in the late 90s had already had some business experience. Being a fourth-grade student at Moscow Institute of Physics and Technology, he imported computer components. Then there was Rolls & Company in his biography, Russian assembly of TVs under a Korean brand. But in the course of time, Belousov realized that his interests were different and focused on other area, technologies enabling internet service providers to launch and deliver infrastructure and software as a service. This model is now called cloud computing.
At the end of '99, I had the idea of writing a complete framework to include operating system, data storage, software, and business software for application service providers. Partly that resulted in automation, and partly in virtualization.
Virtualization is essential in work of a cloud computing provider. The approach is attractive to the user as well. Instead of buying an application which you may not like or which may seem inconvenient, it is much cheaper to subscribe with a provider and pay only for its actual use and not to install it on your computer. Just remember that you will need continuous access to the Internet. To make such scheme work, the server must be available to a great number of users at the same time. Specific software is required which splits and assigns resources among consumers virtually, as if increasing the server capacity using one computer as many. Such software became the focus of SWSoft, the company established by Sergey Belousov. Similar products had already existed on the market in early 2000. American VMware offered virtualization on the level of hardware. Each user was assigned constant space of the hard drive and random access memory. Sergey Belousov's company offered a more flexible solution to the providers, virtualization on the level of operating system. Processor, memory and file systems were common for all users who were getting the required space as and when necessary.
We decided to develop such software which, in contrast to conventional virtual machines, would not copy the computer, but simply enclose the user's server activities in a specific cell.
SWSoft offered its services to hosting providers. It has companies providing space for hosting sites in the Internet. A physical server turns into a number of virtual ones, each of which is leased to the customers. But it is not enough to provide a virtual server, it is necessary to make it friendly in operation. So the company moved forward from virtualization to automation of services.
Let's say a person wants a site. There's such a product as Parallels Automation Operation, which creates this site automatically, adjusting it to the customer's needs, and he has only to choose the design and options for the future site.
Today, the major part of the company's revenue is due to the automation platform. Even the 2008 global financial crisis turned into Parallels' favor. Hosting providers reduce expenses on cloud management tools and do it using Parallels' automation products. Now, it is even hard to imagine that just in 2003, the company's sales were a little bit more than $1.5 million. The first person to see great prospects of Sergey Belousov's company was Alexander Galitsky.
I remember very well how we were sitting in Vogue Cafe and he was so cool, like, I'm paying for the dinner, let's have a talk, I'm running out of time. So I asked him, what are you going to do? And he answered, look, Ratmir Timashev sold his company for $115 million. I want the same. And I answered, no, I'm not interested. I need $1 billion. He called me back in a week and said, I'm ready.
In 2003, Alexander Galitsky bought a minority interest in Belousov's company. But in general, SW Soft continued evolving on its founder's own funds earned in other projects. Having reached a certain point of business development, Belousov decided to raise venture funds.
Sergei had curls and sparkling blue eyes back then. I remember how my friend, the venture capitalist, said to me, everything is great, but you need to replace this Russian Rasputin with someone else. And I said, no way, because he was the motor who drove the whole company forward.
Alexander Galitsky was right. Already in 2005, world-famous venture funds such as Intel Capital, Bessemer Ventures and Inside Venture Partners became shareholders of Belousov's company. SW Soft was growing fast. The products were sold where they were demanded, mostly in the United States, and head sales office was open in American Seattle. The company, which had originally been formed in Russia, entered global market.
There is no doubt that we should support Russian companies entering global markets and operating there. This is a very positive symptom, as anyway, working places are created in our country. The capitalization center is in our country, and these products are supplied to the international market, branded as made or developed in Russia, at least to a certain extent.
Sergei Belousov used raised venture investment to acquire companies which had already been operating in automation business and achieved significant results. Among them was Plesk, a leader of hosting panel automation. The product of this company enabled the user to manage his site without any specific technical knowledge, as simple as changing a set of telephone services under the pricing plan of a mobile operator. To Sergei Belousov's great surprise, Plesk turned out to be software of Novosibirsk programmers. Shortly, the two Russia-rooted companies announced a merger.
Selling two products to the same customer was much more profitable than selling them separately. It's like coffee and coffee machines. They're seldom sold together, but of course they can exist one apart from the other, but there's not so much sense in that.
Within several years, Sergei Belousov bought 12 prominent companies developing software for service providers. In 2004, SW Soft acquired a team of developers who designed Parallels Desktop, which was at first written for Windows and Linux and then for Mac OS.
In fact, I'm now working with Windows, which operates on the Macintosh inside our virtual machine.
Parallels Desktop application enables to run Windows programs on Macintosh without rebooting. For example, a great number of computer games are designed for Windows and cannot be run on Mac OS. Parallels Desktop technology for Mac was a solution for this matter.
Steve Jobs of Apple announced that they were transferring their Macintoshes to Intel processors. I got onto the plane, flew to Germany, and bought Macs there, because it was impossible to buy them in Russia. In a week after that Apple announcement, we started to work on importing our program to the Mac platform.
Now Desktop for Mac gains Parallels about 30% of its revenue. The Russian company has strengthened its position in the world IT industry, although, as the team members joke, some mysticism was in it.
When we only had the first version of the software, we referred to it as a balalaika while talking. And now, when all developers and testers talk about Parallel Desktop, how's balalaika working today? It's become a kind of a talisman for our company's product.
As any self-respecting company, Parallels has its own talismans, team spirit and corporate humor. For example, with the help of the simple object, Sergei Belousov reminds his employees of the product release deadlines.
Sergei brought a vice and hammer with him to all the key technical specialists in the company. And he said, guys, if you need to think for more than half an hour to give me an answer about production timeframes, then you should put your finger in the vice and hit it with a hammer. Technology development never stops. Software needs to be constantly updated and updated. Just have a look at the programs we used to use 20 years ago. They're all out of date.
In 2008, SW Soft makes rebranding and changes its name to Parallels. The new name underlines the company's specialization, parallel, simultaneous running of a number of operating systems or web applications. In addition, SW Soft is difficult to pronounce for English speakers, who form the major part of Parallels customers. As for Russia, where major Parallels developers are based, it gets only 3% of sales today. The company's customers, providers, and end users are spread worldwide. Belousov, however, is not going to stop. Parallels revenue for 2009 is estimated at $10 million, but by standards of the world IT industry, it is just a small business.
We want to have a turnover of more than $1 billion annually. Everyone knows that IT companies that have less than $1 billion turnover, well, they don't last long. They have no resources to maintain their technologies all of the time. In the early 90s, Bill Gates made a speech to an American college, and he was asked, "Is it worth becoming a programmer today?" The richest man in the world answered, "Of course, you won't gain $1 billion, but $1 million is always possible, so you can try." Today, after 20 years, $1 billion has become something of a standard for a normally operating IT company.
During his business career, Belousov created several dozens of startups and now has decided to share this experience and support young high-tech companies. In 2010, Sergei Belousov, together with Alexander Galitsky of Almaz Capital, founded Runa Capital Seed Fund. The fund's size is $30 million. The money will be invested into promising software and internet projects.
We can raise money from people who are businessmen themselves, who have gained certain experience and can share it with startup companies like us through their actions, remarks, and advice. Such companies need people who understand something about business. They need people like Sergei Belousov, but such men are very rare.
Having reached certain heights in high-technology business, Sergei Belousov continues conquering global markets, this time investing his experience and money into talented developer teams and leading them to international stage. The goal of $1 billion has not been reached yet, but Parallels and its leader Sergei Belousov are quite decided on this point.